I love this movie, pa-dum-pa-bum-bum. Hello everybody, I'm the Spirit Man, pa-dum-pa-bum-bum. The embracer of human good and the analyst of fiction. And today we're gonna talk about The Little Drummer Boy on its 50th anniversary, another Rankin Bass classic. And now let's talk about ba-dum-ba-bum-bum, The Little Drummer Boy. Okay, enough of that silly singing. But thank you everyone for joining me today just before Christmas Eve and Christmas Day comes. And today we're going to be talking about what I can definitely remember as a truly marvelous Christmas classic, family classic, which is The Little Drummer Boy, as I gloriously sang about just now. Yeah, can you believe it's actually 50 years old? Not quite as old as Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, but still pretty dang old. And, you know, it's after all these years, even after seeing so many other films and TV shows and stuff over time, I never found this Rankin Bass short film as much of a religious themed movie necessarily. I mean, sure, we literally have baby Jesus as part of the story, as part of the Little Drummer Boy story in general, which I don't know too much details about, but apparently was already around a long time before Rankin Bass ever touched this. But, you know, it's still, thinking back on it, it was a very dark story for children, or let alone for family films at the time, which was definitely a very ambitious project for the mid to late 60s. Let's not waste any more time, okay? Let's properly honor this awesome film by doing a What I Remembered skits, reenacting what I loosely remember about it. And yes, this is part of a 2-package deal with Santa Claus is Coming to Town, another Rankin Bass classic for another time. But for now, let's get on to The Little Drummer Boy. And start. Okay, so at the very beginning, there's some narration over a tribe, or at least a bunch of groups of people traveling together, and among the people traveling you see what is clearly implied to be Mary and Joseph traveling with a pregnant Mary, having the virgin child and all, and the narrator's talking about, you know, hard times and such, and how, I don't know, it's something holiday related, something holiday theme related, like before Christmas was even a thing back in the ancient times. And then we see this greedy circus traveler sort of guy and his weasel accomplice and so forth, wandering the desert trying to look for anything to exploit, and they happen to come across the little drummer boy, Aaron, and his farm animal friends. I don't remember their names anymore, but I will once I watch this again after so long. I remember there was a camel, there was a lamb, like a little sheep. There was one other animal guy. Gosh, what was his name? I think it was a donkey, if I recall, a donkey. They're all traveling happily together, and Aaron is playing his drum for them. But then all of a sudden, the greedy circus man and his accomplice ambush them, capture them, and declare that they all belong to them now. And Aaron drops his drum, and the drum rolls to the camera, and we see the opening credits with the beautiful original Drummer Boy theme song playing overhead. Then again, it's probably not the original Drummer Boy theme song. It's just whatever version of it they made for this short film. Once the opening credits end, I specifically remember, Aaron struggling. He's like tied up with tight ropes, but he's struggling and struggling to get away no matter what, while the circus man tries to keep him down, keep him from escaping. And the narrator explains to the audience, the little drummer boy, Aaron, was very hostile towards anybody, and yada yada. And as the circus man keeps trying to stop Aaron from getting away, Aaron specifically tells him, "I hate people, all people." And then the circus man does this fun little song about being a traveler, traveling through the desert, through the winds and sandstorms and stuff, but still getting money, getting everything you want nonetheless. And then as they continue traveling through the desert, forcing Aaron and his friends, his animal friends, to move along, we have I think it's a 2-minute or so backstory flashback for Aaron, which is a very heartbreaking backstory, where Aaron lives peacefully with all the animals on the farm and his parents, and I think the parents recently gave him the drum, the famous drum he's playing, and things are happier than ever because he has this drum to play with his animal friends and so forth. But then bandits from the desert attack the farm. They flat out killed Aaron's father right on the spot. As soon as Aaron's father shows himself, calling out, "What's going on out here?" One of the bandits with a wicked smile just throws a dagger at him. You don't see it hit him, but the dagger hits the father, and he just falls over. And then it cuts to Aaron, shocked, realizing that his father's been hurt, has been flat out killed. But the mother is telling him, "You must run, my son. You must get out of here. Go. But go." And then the mother looks back, and then it cuts to a big fire consuming the farm, or at least as much of the farm as you see. And then we see Aaron traveling through sandstorms with the animal friends, and the narrator explains, Aaron, along with a few of the remaining farm animals, were barely able to escape, and Aaron decided that he hated people, all people, and he kept that vow. And the flashback ends, and the narrator stops talking for a while. And then the circus man forces Aaron and his animal friends to play a song for people in this town. The circus man even goes so far as to paint a smile on Aaron's face. And then they sing a song specifically called "Why Can't the Animal Smile?" Why can't the animal smile? Why can't the animal smile? I'm not sure if it's supposed to imply the sort of position he's been put in, where he's been forced to be this animal, this mule of an animal, serving this wicked circus man and all. And then he looks at all these really happy, gleeful people, and it makes him really angry. And the narrator talks again over this. As Aaron looked upon the happy, gleeful people, a hot rage curled up, boiling inside him. How dare they laugh and be happy after what their kind did to his family? You see brief flashes of the bandits and Aaron's mother, and it really gets to me. Just thinking back on it really gets to me, And Aaron throws down his drum and drumsticks and curses the crowd and wipes off his paint and runs away, while the townspeople silently throw things at the animals and at the circus man and stuff. And then I think the narrator explains that the caravan was chased out of town, and the circus man gets mad at Aaron and so on. And then at one point, I think we're already halfway through the special, through the short film by this point. At one point, Aaron and the animal friends are separated, or at least they're separated from the camel. And then very shortly after being separated from the camel, Aaron and the remaining animal friends, they finally escape from the circus man and his weasel, and they go searching for their camel friend. And I think it was just before this that they met the three wise men, the three wise kings from the nativity story, who explained that, or who hinted to him that the people who were going to take the camel, Raja, I think was his name, away, they were going to follow this star that was going to lead them to the new king, if you know who that is. And after escaping from the circus man and so forth, Aaron sees the big star in the sky and tells the other animals, come on, that's where those people are going. That's where Raja is. So they follow it, and there's this nice music and chorus choir singing. And then eventually they come to, Aaron reads the sign, the welcome sign of this town, a particular town called the Town of Bethlehem. Huh. And he looks back and he sees all these groups of people coming towards the town saying, wow, look at all these people. They're all following the same star. And they enter the town and they spot the stable where everybody is gathered to see the birth of you-know-who. And they spot Raja, and they're overjoyed and stuff, just as the narrator says. They were so overjoyed to see each other again that they didn't watch where they were going. And then a Roman soldier, a really mean, wicked Roman soldier with horses, passes by yelling, out of the way, out of the way, and accidentally runs over the lamb. I can't remember the lamb's name was Raja or whatnot, but now the lamb is really hurt and is dying, and Aaron, there's nothing Aaron can do. So when he sees the three wise men, the three wise kings nearby at the stable, he approaches one of them and begs for the lamb to be saved. And the king being very apologetic, says, "Oh, dear boy, there is nothing I can do." But you're a king. Ah, but there is one who could help you. What? The baby? The babe? And, that's what leads to the famous drummer boy scene that everyone's familiar with from the song and so forth. And, the king insists, if you have faith in this newborn king, then your lamb friend could be saved. And Aaron says, but I have no gift to bring. Go, look upon the newborn king. And then Aaron sets down his lamb friend, pets him, and then heads over to the baby Jesus while the drummer boy song is playing overhead. I have no gift to bring, ba-rum-ba-bum-bum. And then he plays his song slowly but faster and faster as the song continues, and then you briefly see the baby Jesus as the song ends. Then he smiled at me, pa-rum-ba-bum-bum, on my drum. And the narrator speaks, I think this is one of the very last times the narrator speaks overhead, and talking about what Aaron feels. And from what I remember watching it on YouTube here and there are some versions of it where a male narrator speaks in this moment for some reason, and other versions where the female narrator you've heard throughout the rest of the picture does talk in this moment. I have no idea why. That's just how it is. It's a really interesting little trivia there. And Aaron comments on it. I don't remember what he says, but I'm sure it was touching. And the wise king he was talking to a minute ago goes up to him and says, "You did well, little drummer boy, and look, your faith has been rewarded." And the lamb friend is healed, and Aaron embraces him, and the film closes out with the camera zooming out of Bethlehem and looking at the star above, looking at the star in the sky, with the narrator talking one last time and saying stuff about blessed are the people and so forth. And then a final shot focuses on the star in the sky with the theme music ending the special. Bum 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 bum. Dun 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 dun. And then it fades out. The special ends, and we have our end credits. So, did I remember that right? Is that how the little drummer boy went? From what I remember, it was a great, great movie. Very dark backstory, very dark premise. For a very, very young character who's probably only 10 or so, if even that. And how he's become so over-reliant on his animal friends compared to other people. How he lives such a peaceful life on a farm, as we've heard in a lot of stories for other tragic backstories for characters and so forth. And that, you know, it's his faith. First, it's his faith in his animal friends that pushes him forward. But then, ultimately, he has to put his faith in a newborn king, per se, in order to have his lamb friends saved. And then, I guess by having faith in the baby Jesus and the wise king and so forth, Mary and Joseph, I guess, too, who are there to like welcome Aaron and observe him play the drum song for the baby, that ultimately restores Aaron's faith in people in general, you know, regardless of what religion you're part of or what religious faith you follow and so forth. I really need to watch this again, and I'm definitely going to very soon. But thank you so much for spending this time with me just before Christmas Eve and Christmas Day with the little drummer boy. This is the Spirit Man, the embracer of human good and analyst of fiction, saying good night and pa-rum-pa-pum-pum once again. And happy December to all, everyone. Now, if you'll excuse me while I prepare the last two of my Christmas 9 videos, I got a little drummer boy to catch up with. Good night, everybody.